Most women, they wait until they are struggling to conceive before they start to really take their fertility seriously. But what if I told you that that is actually one of the biggest mistakes that you can make? Your fertility is not just about ovulation. It is about deep nourishment, hormonal balance, and reserves of good and resilient health. I've created the ultimate preconception checklist so you can start taking control of your fertility long before you even start trying. I'll tell you exactly why this matters in this video, so make sure that you stay with me till the end. And in case we haven't met yet, I'm Anna. I'm a women's dietitian and trauma-informed coach, and I help women restore balance from within and optimize their bodies for fertility. To start off with, let's dive into the hidden fertility gap. Here's the problem. Most of us grew up thinking that as soon as we stop birth control, our bodies will just figure it out. But reality check is that fertility is not an on-off switch. Your body needs time to restore balance and replenish nutrients and regulate hormones after maybe years or even decades of chronic stress and diet culture and synthetic hormones. And if we dive into the tangible and the scientific aspects of this, your egg health and your hormone levels and your metabolic health today are a result of what you've been doing the last 3 to 6 months and sometimes even years. And by the time that most women start to realize this, they are already so frustrated, burned out, and confused to what is truly blocking them. Because it's not always only about the physical equation that sperm has to meet the egg. Sometimes there's also deeper energetic or emotional blockages that might be preventing you from conceiving. And this is why it is so essential that we start to shift the conversation around fertility from just try and see what happens to what about actually preparing ahead? And not just physically, but mentally and emotionally too. Now let's dive into the 3 most common mistakes that I see women make when they're trying to conceive. First one is that thinking fertility is just about ovulation, when in reality it is really about hormonal resilience, adrenal health, and deep nourishment. Your adrenal health is so important for your fertility because your adrenal glands, they secrete hormones. And if you've been under a lot of stress or even prolonged cycles of chronic stress, it is almost a guarantee that your adrenal glands are really tired and they are in need of some deep nourishment and restoration. When your adrenals are busy making cortisol, they will not prioritize producing progesterone, which is a yin hormone that is essential for having a regular cycle as well as implantation and a thriving pregnancy. And it is because both cortisol and progesterone are made from the same raw material. So when your body is under a lot of stress and it perceives everything in your life as a potential threat to your well-being and to your survival, it will not prioritize making progesterone, but it will use all its energy and all this raw material it has to produce cortisol in order to keep you safe and alive. Second one is ignoring signs of hormonal imbalance. If you're struggling with painful periods or irregular cycles or even chronic fatigue, these might be signs that your body is not ready to conceive yet, and you should definitely tend to these signs before you try to make a baby, not only for the baby's well-being, but for your well-being too. If you start to try to conceive when your body is in a depleted and stressed out state, and even if conception actually does occur and you get pregnant, your reserves of good health are still empty or depleted, and your baby is going to take from you every single thing that it needs in order to develop. So if there's not enough available nourishment and blood, your baby is just going to take from other places like your brain and your bones. And this is going to leave you in a much more depleted state. And you will be much more susceptible for having to deal with complications down the line and even suffer from things like postpartum depression. So instead of rushing into the process of conceiving because maybe you're stressed about some biological clock tick-in, just pause for a moment and you will be doing your body and your future baby such a big service by taking 3 to 6 months to fully prepare your body for this journey ahead and to really build your blood, build up your body's resilience and replenish your body's nutrient stores and reserves of good health. And you will not fall behind by doing this. You will only prime your opportunities for healthy conception. The third most common mistake I see women make when they're trying to conceive is waiting until they need help. Because by the time that you are struggling, you're already playing catch up. But what if you could actually avoid the struggle altogether by dedicating those 3 to 6 months to actually follow a preconception plan? I've worked with so many women who thought that they were healthy until they started to try to conceive and then ended up realizing that their body was actually not on the same page. And let that be your sign that you need to start thinking ahead. Let's dive into 4 solutions that you can start doing today. First one is start with awareness. Download my ultimate preconception checklist to pinpoint exactly where you stand. Second one is nourish before you conceive. Your body needs deep reserves of minerals and proteins and fat-soluble vitamins. And third one is regulate your nervous system. Perceived stress, it directly impacts fertility. So if you are in a constant state of chronic stress, that equals hormonal chaos. And the last one is track patterns, not just ovulation. Because you need to see how your body is actually responding to your habits over time, not just on one given day, but on all days throughout your whole cycle. Your fertility isn't just something that you fix when you're ready. It is something that you start building now, so when the time comes, your body is already thriving. If this video resonated with you, make sure that you grab the ultimate preconception checklist. I made this to help you assess exactly where you stand so you're not left guessing. And if you want more support like this, make sure that you hit the subscribe and the notification bell, because I will start sharing more strategies on hormonal balance, preconception health, and fertility every single week. Your future self will thank you for starting now. Bye!